Alrighty, race fans, welcome to another edition of the Track Review. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at another Marchon set, Breakout from Bad City, the Ultimate Escape Jump. I have to say that I've seen this for a while, and I kind of hesitated because, I don't know, it just didn't seem like a really solid concept. But anyway, Marchon did it, and I've seen them on eBay and finally saw one that looked like it was relatively complete at a good price, so we brought it in, and we'll take a look at it here in just a second. Alright, here we go. The set did not have anything in a tray. It was all just stuffed in the box, so I don't know if there was a tray that went with it or what, or how the thing was originally packed, but just kind of opened the box and dumped it all out. It initially looks to be complete. There's an instruction book here that has all of the different items in it. I haven't gone down piece by piece, but it generally looks like it's here. Fortunately, we do have an instruction sheet on how to put everything together. We've got the cardboard for the tower, the roundy round, and some of the other decorations. All that looks like it's here. The jump piece, that does look like there's some kind of electronic control that activates the thing, which that in and of itself should be very interesting. You know, Marchon's never shied away from complicated track pieces, but this one here ought to be really, really interesting. And you know, knowing what I know from owning Lifelike and tooling cost and engineering cost, that thing right there probably was a $40,000 or $50,000 deal start to finish by the time they engineered it and had the special tooling done for it and everything else. That's an expensive piece to put in a race set, I can tell you that right now. But anyway, it looks like it's a little on the dirty side. We'll have to go through and clean up the track pieces, buff it all up before we pop it together and see if this thing actually runs. Looks like it's going to be interesting. We'll soon find out. Alright, we finally got the set put up, and I have to say, I thought the Skyfighters was a problem, but this one was really a problem. And some of that was due to the fact that not all the pieces came with the set, and I can't fault the seller for that, because it is a very complicated set sitting in the box, and it's hard to know if exactly all the pieces are there. One of the things, in fact, well, several of the things, this piece right here has a couple of pieces of cardboard that fold up and form the ramp and help support it. This one back here was not here, so I had to get some Lifelike pieces and put underneath it. Guardrails did not come with it, so I put some Lifelike guardrails. And then the tower is exceedingly complicated to put together, and especially after it's been used quite a bit. There was some cardboard supports that were supposed to hold this track up that didn't come with it, and I had to go in and put in some hard supports, here again some Lifelike supports to get the track to stay put. But other than that, it seems to be fairly solid. I've tried it out. It does work. The cars needed quite a bit of work on them. Tires in particular, there was a lot of fuzz in them in that. But the way this thing works is you reset your counters to 8, and then as the cars go by it, you know, every 8th lap, it'll count down, and whoever gets down to 0 first, one of these ramps will pop up, you'll come up and go through and land into the pit. You have to reach into the pit to retrieve the car, but whoever goes over first and breaks out from Bad City wins the race. So we'll get into that here in just a second. Well, one thing I wanted to talk about is Marchon had some financial problems around 1994 or so, and Empire Industries came along and bought them out, and that was the end of Marchon as a company when Empire took them over. Empire didn't do the best job in the world of, I think, nurturing the brand. They had other toys that they wanted to concentrate on. So they kind of let the slot car end of it languish, and they only built sets to order. So it really only lasted about a year or so before they rolled it up. But I can tell you this much from messing with this thing and putting it together, there's a reason why they went bankrupt or they went out of business. I mean, they spent a lot of money to develop this thing, no doubt, and it's a very complicated set to put together. And because of that, there was probably a lot of consumer dissatisfaction with it because of the complications to try to get this thing to stay together. I mean, I can't imagine what it would take to have the engineering just to do the cardboard pieces and to get them all to fold up right. And then, of course, the jump mechanism, the engineering, I can't imagine they ever even broke even on this thing. But it actually does work of all the oddball things, so we'll get into that here in a second. Okay, let's run this thing and see what happens here. You messed it up, cat. Alright, the way the thing works is once this jump, or either jump, pops up, the next guy, if he goes around, it doesn't activate it. So you got to stop everything and reset the thing to 8, and then try again. You can't catch it, can you?
I can't catch her.
Yeah, alright. Let's try the other lane, see what happens with the red car. Oh, reset it. Alright, made it through the hole. Alright, let's run them again. You're about like Simon's cat. You are. Into the hole. See if we can follow that one up. Yeah, I got 2 in a hole. Where'd it go? Oops, it went off.
Didn't make it.
Nope, didn't make it. All right, well, we'll summarize here. The set was a real pain to put together. I didn't think I was going to make it. It took over an hour. You know, some of the pieces were missing. I had to make up some stuff, but once it all got together and tested out, it actually works really well. Of all the concept sets that I've run, the thing actually works the best. I mean, from that standpoint, the way they've got it engineered out, this piece right here, once the car hits this, it automatically gives it full power, so you don't have to worry about the controller trying to, you know, zoom it to get it up over there. It just automatically takes care of it for you. It runs reasonably well once it's all put together. It was just a real pain to get that way. But, you know, any note to future slot car engineers, you know, if something takes much more than about 15 minutes to put together, then your idea is probably too complicated. Especially after the parts get worn or whatever. This was about a nightmare to get it to work, but it works. It's interesting, and I'm glad I got it.